Good morning, everyone. Happy 4th of July, everybody. Hope you're doing well. At least I hope so. Yeah. All right. We're on air. Hope everyone's doing great. And 07 to everybody. How we doing today, guys? Hopefully well. We've successfully reached the middle of the year somehow without hurting each other or disappearing off the face of the earth. Yeah. That is funny. Mm-hmm. Damn. All right. That's funny. So, yeah. That's hilarious. Um, Yesterday, I'm not going to be on too long because I know a lot of you probably have holiday plans, but just checking in with my community. Hope everyone's doing well, especially with the 4th of July here in America going on. Um, Hopefully everyone's having a great week. You know, it is early in the morning here. It's about 9:50 in the part of the United States I live in. So yeah. Anyone have any plans today? Apart from eating food, drinking beer and stuff? Do you have family coming into town, or if you live in the US, or even anywhere else in the world? Do you have family coming in? Do you have, um, you know, just in general? If you'd like to share, please do. I'd love to talk about it for a bit because this is a festivus time of year, kind of, sort of, right? Hmm. Just a second. But normally when I was a kid, about this time of year, this would be when we would go to my grandmother's house to shoot off fireworks down in Mustang, Oklahoma. Unfortunately, yeah, it's don't really do much of that anymore. Mainly because grandmother's getting older and sadly, yeah, she's developing dementia. I wish I could, but it's getting harder with people getting older. Don't worry, I am still very much involved with her, but I have neighbors and friends that are also helping look after her as well. It is hard for me to see somebody else going through Alzheimer's right now again. My other grandmother dealt with Alzheimer's too, so yeah, it's rough. Mm. Mm. Let me see something. Again. Yeah. Let's see. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, it does get harder when people get older. It does get harder when people get older. Sorry, I'm echoing a bit. People think it doesn't, but it does. Unfortunately. Mm. Hmm. Yeah. I do notice it's been pretty quiet on CIG's side for pretty much the first half of this year. They were supposed to, of course, have more Inside Star Citizens and such. That never materialized, did it, folks? No, it didn't. It it never appeared. Hmm. So I wonder what happened. Now I could say that they are working on Squadron, but we really don't know. It's like everything else, you know. Yeah. Hmm. Ouch. Right. Yep, that's funny. So usually this time of year I would be popping fireworks down in Mustang, but yeah, not the last few years. I haven't felt like it. Too many sad memories of good times, you know. But like they say, the show must go on. So unfortunately, you gotta go. You gotta grow up at some point, you know. Hmm. Huh. Okay. Yeah. Sorry I went so completely dead quiet. It's just, yeah. Oh, gosh. Jeez. Oh my gosh. Tired. I'm probably gonna sleep really good tonight too. Mm-hmm. Ow. Hang on just a second, chat. Mm. Mm. Mm-hmm. Is anyone getting on today? Mm. Jesus. Yeah. This is more or less a check-in video ish today, sorta. I was just wanting to check in, wish everybody a happy 4th of July. Let everyone know I'm alive and kicking. For the most part. I'm not dead, thankfully. Yeah. Don't worry about me. I'm still here in some fashion. Yeah. But I'm definitely going to be you know, looking at doing more streams, videos, content very soon. Right now it's just it's a holiday weekend. I want to enjoy it with my family. And I'm also getting healthier again, so that's obviously going to be the case. So, yeah, while it is true it's early, I do want to wish everyone a happy 4th of July. Hey, Tasty Doom, hello. Greetings. Not much. I was just doing an update video. What are you up to, man? Um, what's up? Mm. Yeah, I was doing an update video. I need to get back into streaming a bit, obviously. It's kind of a nightmare for me. I took a big break for a bit. Didn't want to, but kind of had to. Turned out to kill everything I was doing too. Ah, so you're back to the daily grind, huh? Gotcha. You're back to the daily grind. Yeah, I'm trying to get a little healthier too. Yeah. Hmm. I haven't been on in a good while. I need to check here in a bit when I do get on. I probably won't be on the computer through the heat of the day. The area where I have my computer at is super uncomfortable during the heat of the day. It doesn't have adequate cooling in the back room, unfortunately. It's one of those rooms where it's good in the mornings, good in the evenings and night during the summer, but when it hits night day the mid heat stride, yeah, you're staying out of that room. It's uncomfortable. The hell? What was that? Something fell. Hang on, Tasty Doom. Something fell in one of my rooms. I need to check something. Hang on just a second. What's that noise? Okay, that was weird. Tasty Doom, that was weird. While I was talking to you, I just had a freaking picture in the back room randomly fall off the wall. Nobody touched it and broke the glass. You might have heard the crack on the recording. I don't believe in ghosts, but something about it is unnerving me, really. I don't know, man. The room was formerly my brother's, and there's something about this. I was just sitting here, and I heard this crash all of a sudden, and I'm like, the hell was that? Creepy. Now I have a shattered pieces of glass near my bed. I'm gonna have to clean up later. I don't know what happened. Crazy stuff around here lately. Sorry about that. Hey, Victoria. Just had a heavy ass picture fall randomly in my room without anyone touching it. Fall. Super creepy. Yeah. I don't believe, like I said, I don't believe in ghosts and stuff, but I do believe in things you can't explain, you know? There have been 2 deaths in this house. I'll just say that. Not sure if that adds up paranormal activity, but in the last 7 years, there have been 2 deaths in this house. You know what I mean, Tasty Doom? So, yeah. Hmm. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Um. No posting real stuff. No Mr. Beast, please. Glad you got your AC unit in there, though. Did you buy anything over at Alien Week? I like the idea of the Thule. It should have been a different ship, in my opinion, a bigger ship, like a lot larger ship. Should have been a small full carrier, in my opinion. That's how I've always thought. Yeah, smart man. The Thule's a good concept as a backup carrier, like a support carrier, but not a frontline one, in my opinion. It's not a frontline carrier, it's a backup carrier. Yeah. Good choice on getting the Perseus, by the way. Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I wish they would come out with a slightly smaller, like a. Okay. I think they can add to the development line of Anvil easily. We have the Anvil Odin, right? The Asgard, the Valkyrie. Continue with the Nordic names for bigger ships. We can have the Thor and the Loki class uh, ships for more ships of the line. Yeah, that's a good idea, Tasty. That's good when you did do that. Yep. Like, okay, take for example the Odin. It's a battle cruiser. For the javelin size ship, that would probably be the Thor class destroyer. Smaller than the Thor would be whatever frigate. It would be a Loki class frigate, and then probably the Fafnir class corvette. See the naming convention I came up with? A lot of Anvil stuff seems to follow a Nordic naming convention. They may go a different route though. Fafnir was a wolf that was a vicious wolf that would attack any intruder, like any of its enemies, if I believe so. Another name they could use for a anvil ship would be Midgard. Well, let me think. Nordic god names. Heimdall. Heimdall's another good one. The Guardian of the Bifrost Bridge. That could be a reconnaissance ship, in my opinion, Tasty Doom. It's revealed to be the all-seeing, all-hearing guardian of the Bifrost Bridge. What do you think of that? The Heimdall-class reconnaissance frigate. Like that for Anvil? The Heimdall-class reconnaissance frigate. Heimdall, it says in Nordic mythology, is the all-seeing, all-hearing guardian of the Bifrost Bridge. So it makes sense to name it after Heimdall. Loki would be a trickster. So obviously something like the Loki-class corvette would obviously have many tricks up its sleeve. Thor, obviously, would be a hammer wielding, individual. And being that it's a javelin sized ship, it'd be a destroyer. The Thor class destroyer would be a large, heavily fortified, heavily strong armored ship. Midgard class trade ship. There, hey Zaris, welcome back. Yeah, that's a good name. I like that. Midgard class trading vessel. Possibly. Midgard. I'm kind of torn what Fafnir would be named it for. What do you think? Corvette or a drop ship? What do you think, Zaris? Fafnir the wolf. The Midgard class trade ship makes sense. It'd be heavily armed. Corvette, yeah. Fafnir would be corvette. Loki could be a frigate with many tricks, right? And Thor, of course, would be a destroyer. Because Thor, well, destroys things with his hammer, right? Yeah. Heimdall class drum. I was actually saying because Heimdall is the all seeing, all hearing guardian of the Bifrost, a reconnaissance uh, ship. Heimdall makes sense as a reconnaissance ship. He's kind of like the watchful eye, right? So a recon frigate or some sort of reconnaissance ship with highly sensitive radars and cameras makes pretty good sense for Heimdall. Maybe no slouch on the defenses either, right? It's kind of one of those would it work kind of scenarios. Right. Meaning he wouldn't just be a offensive, he'd have defensive capabilities too. Hence why he'd probably be a frigate. Multi-purpose, a multi-purpose, multi-role ship. Not, but also strong defenses, strong off, maybe moderately strong offense, right? Maybe the capabilities to launch a dropship. Huh. That's a really good question, yeah. What about the Midgards? What about the serpent? God, what's the name of the serpent? I forget the name. Hmm. Maybe he would have drop pods for that, like an emergency drop action. Like it'd be a first alert response ship. You bring up a good point, Zaris. Yeah. Yeah. I like it. Neat idea. Okay. So it's a reconnaissance frigate with the ability to launch a first response drop team in drop pods, right? Nails. Makes sense? Like if it immediately detects an invasionary force, say a Vandul, to a human colony, it would immediately deploy first alert response on the team at ground to intercept in order for frontline forces to arrive to back them up. Right? How's that sound? They'd be like exosuit pods, like for the big heavy armor. The chunk armor. Yeah. Mm. Good idea. Okay. I definitely can see more ships like that. Now, if they did a javelin size ship, it would obviously take over a year to make. A Corvette, I could see them getting done in maybe 8 months to 10 months at high speed once Squadron is out. A drop ship like Subcapital. I want to say 6 to 8 months. Okay, if I could make a larger ship, okay, like, or a ship in a particular role, like, Freya Pioneer ship. So if you can make and add lore to your own ship manufacturing, what would it be and what would be its history? Okay, if I could add, say, to the RSI or, oh no, it would actually be to an unusual manufacturer. It'd be to Sinu, Consolidated Outland. They have so few ships that I can definitely think of a few ideas for ships they could have. Beyond the Mustang, I could easily see like a need for a low cost version of the Vanguard, the Super Mustang, or the Mustang SS Concept, being made up by Silas Corner. It's developed as a low cost training ship slash stopgap for the military, since, say, Aegis can't produce enough Vanguards. It's got light military grade armor. Yeah, the Banu needs some more ships too. Don't get me started on that, Zaris. Yeah. But, okay, take the Mustang cockpit, make it a double cockpit. Keep it a one cockpit, okay? Keep the same glass for the pilot, but if there's like a top turret on top, like the Vanguard, there's it's a two-man ship. Yeah. I could see a two-seater Mustang, yeah. It would have an interior, it'd have light military armor. It wouldn't be as armored as the Vanguard, but it would probably be more maneuverable. The Mustang is nimble. So make it about Vanguard size, but more maneuverable because it has less armor. Slightly less armor. But still, it hits hard. It doesn't have the nose guns. It has maybe 2 size 5 pilot controlled weapons up front on the wings. Like here near the body. Like, here's the cockpit, here's the pilot controlled weapons. 2 size 5s, right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like a bare bones fighter, right? The gunner up top gets 2 size 4 quad size 4 gun. Now, would that be overkill, or would it be quad size 3s? What do you think? Where you sticking that power plant? Bronco, yeah. Yeah. It would be an improvement on the Mustang. It'd be a bigger Mustang, but it'd be. I would say its disadvantage would be lighter armor. It would have a single medium shield. It would have, the 2 size 5s and 2 size 4s for the turret. One size 2 power plant, right? Yeah, like an A10, basically. It wouldn't look the same as the Mustang. It would have a similar cockpit, but not the whole look, right? The only thing in common with the Mustang it would have is maybe the design outline. The cockpit would be the only thing it shares in common. The visibility is what I'm trying to imply. Yeah. Get what I'm saying, Victoria? It would only really have that. Hey, Blue Saber and Alley Cats, welcome. Welcome, guys. Whole new ship, makes sense. Welcome happy 4th of July, guys. Oh my gosh. Do you have any ideas for possible ships too, guys? Yeah. But yeah, I could see that for the Banu. Okay. There's a ship mentioned in lore. Who mentioned the Banu? Xeris did. Okay. Xeris, do you remember the Trip Taker? The constellation size version of the Merchantman. It would be about $400 with alien tax, probably, right? Off the bat. Just saying. It's going to be a 2 to 3 man market ship, Connie sized. I think a single size 3 shield, right? It does exist in lore, so it's a real ship. So, I don't know if it would have singes. Probably would. Some sort of singes. Not the big size 8s. Are there other singes, guys? Are there smaller ones? That's what I'm curious about. Are smaller singes a thing? Like below the ginormous size 8s? What am I hearing? I'm hearing a ton of traffic outside. Somebody better not be parking in my front yard. Hang on just a second. We have no parking signs here. Come here. That's weird. I don't know. That's weird. Sorry about that, folks. Had to double check. We, years ago during the 4th of July, we had some dude actually show up. He parked in our driveway, not in front of our house, but our driveway, and then he walked off. Told my dad, to his face, mind you, when he was alive, he better not mess with his car or else. Dude didn't even live in this neighborhood. So you know what my dad did? Because we had no parking signs around here, we called the police. Had the guy's car towed within about 15 minutes. Because number one, he was trespassing, and number two, he's being a dick, you know? Basically ignoring us like we weren't even there. Some people really don't like it when people don't want you there. We actually, and the worst part is, we had friends pulling up for visiting later in the night, so we didn't need that drama. So of course, Johnny B. Badass gets his car towed, and he's not happy about it. He comes back about 3 or 4 hours later, banging on the door, angry. And we tell him if he doesn't leave and hightail it off our property, he's going to get arrested, for trespassing. Guy doesn't like that answer. starts threatening my dad. True story. I'm listening here as to my dad, hey, do we need to call the cops? We don't even need to wait. The cop my dad talked to in this park neighborhood I live in, he comes back up the street, tells the dude to hit the road. Never seen him again. Some people are so entitled, guys, I swear. Vic and everybody else, you know? They think your property is just, their personal welcome mat. Oh, yeah, I'm going to wipe my feet on it and you're going to just like it, you know? Dude didn't even live in this neighborhood. He just decided, yeah, we're going to do this crap here, you know? Had he not been a jerk, we probably would have been nice about it to him. But, yeah. Either way, hmm. How is 4.83, guys? I haven't been in the game in a while. Is it bad or is the quality of the patch any better? Hmm. Laggy. Haven't been on in a while either. Gotcha. Yeah, that's to be expected. Yeah. Totally understand those responses. Yeah. So, what are your plans tonight, gentlemen? Are you guys going to fireworks, hot dogs, hamburgers? Xenothreat ships bounce around too much. Yeah. Are you guys going to a concert, hot dogs? What you doing tonight? Me, I have fireworks less than 5,000 feet from me. I have a park right here. Okay, right this way, about 350 feet is the park. I wish there was at least a stable version running that could do button bleh. Can't spell bunker missions either. Yeah, same Zaris. That is unfortunate too. Oh Lord, no, 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 no. No fire works for my area is we're under heavy fire restrictions. Uh-oh. That's never good. Uh-uh. That's never good at all. Oof. You are you in seminary? Tasty do. Hey, Blue Saber 07, man. Are you in seminary, Tasty? Out of curiosity, like seminary for college, you know? You said you're writing a sermon. I assume you're either a pastor or in seminary, which is going into college for Bible and stuff. So, like a raid. Oh, hey, Zaris, what did you just suggest? Ooh, that'd be an idea. Make the seldom used multiplayer able to do bunker runs with, like, a capture the flag. Oh, it is. No, just filling in for my small church while our normal pastor is out of town. Gotcha. Yeah, some towns are like that where everybody has to step up and do something, for the community. Good that you're doing something because in some small towns, there unfortunately are not counseling services. So the church or any faith organizations are the only help that will unfortunately help certain people. Some people desperately need help in these communities, through family. Speaking as someone who's dealt with the small town stigma stuff, um, it's unfortunate, but there are resources if you look. Even if you don't want to hear the message, you can still get the help. You know what I mean? You don't have to accept the message. You can accept the help, though, right? Sometimes it's better to grin and bear it and survive. That way you can get to better days. Trust me, speaking as somebody who's dealt with bullying and stuff, life does get better. Personal experience, trust me. Been there, done that, seen the movie credits. Right, Victoria? I'm mostly positive vibes now. Yeah, chat's actually talking together today. I'm glad you're helping out, Tasty Doom. Sometimes good things come out of that. Jobs. Hmm. Yeah, it's wow, there's a lot of people in here. Hey, Bulvy. What the world? Yeah, I've already completely redone all the audio equipment because things were so out of date and worn out. Yeah, sometimes that's the cost of doing rural setups. Unfortunately, they cost time, money we don't have, but sometimes it can lead to wonderful things, you know? Job opportunities and unexpected places, you know. Maybe not through the church, but maybe through people they know, right? Oh, I didn't even tell some of you all. Some of you haven't heard this from my mouth yet, but the ones that haven't seen me in a while, like Zaris and others, I started going to college beginning of last year, um, 2025. I'm beginning to take a degree in computer and data analytics. So I'm working on a computer based programming degree. That way, I have something I can actually utilize for making money, you know? Maybe not directly data analytics, but it's more of a branch degree. I'm even thinking about computer programming going into, jeez. I want to say game making, like making computer games and video games. That's going to take a bit of a different path than the one I'm going on. I'm learning about cybersecurity and other things. My next semester's classes are Intro to Cybersecurity 1, uh, something else, and a remedial class I needed to take at the beginning, but I forgot. So I'm basically wrapping up stuff. Hey, Zarafi, how are you today? Greetings. Good afternoon, Zarafi. Yeah, I'm intending to learn some AI tricks, obviously, because I have to. To totally ignore AI at this point is stupid. You know, ignoring the giant white elephant in the room. You get what I'm saying, Zarathi? To ignore the ginormous white elephant in the room is dumb. Anyone who says otherwise, like you're saying, is stupid, in my opinion. I actually had a professor tell me, learning AI doesn't have to be scary. Gotcha. Fortune 500, huh? Neat. Let me check something. Yeah, I might be able to get with my basic skills once I graduate. A friend has offered me a job at Paycom through his sister. It's a oh my god. See, I make under 15,000 a year, which is terrible money because I'm on disability, but the Paycom job he told me would make me 65,000 a year. That's like so we're going to go 13K versus 65K, right? There's no comparison, guys. It's like going from poverty to a kingdom in comparison. And remember, I'm frugal and I barely survive. You know what I mean, Zerafi? I don't need millions to get by. I just need to budget correctly, right? And smart investing. I'm already talking to a financial analyst who told me, don't spend all my money. Invest in certain stocks, that are lucrative through Merrill Lynch. So he told me to build up a nest egg and figure it out. I do know that the stock market is kind of play it by ear. Yeah, right. I'm glad you're doing okay. You'll find something, Zerathi. Like AI, what I want to do with AI is build AI for spacecraft. Like remote probes for NASA, obviously, are going to require some level of autonomy. You're going to need to figure out how to program spacecraft that can recognize debris from life signatures. You know what I mean? Um, Dangerous areas of space from non dangerous and stuff like that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's good to hear from you again, by the way. Very good. And I'm sorry I haven't been on as much as I've wanted to be, but I've been trying to get my adult life in order more than my child life. I'm pretty sure you guys understand. My mom's getting older. I do live with her right now. So I'm trying to get my feet firmly planted. That way, you guys don't see me transmitting from, what do you call it, a nursing home or care home. Y'all want to see me for many years after this in good health, maybe not in a group home, right? Maybe we can all go work for SpaceX like Star Trek and work our way into living on Mars. Yeah, honestly, I think Mars is going to be a little bit sooner than we think. Not super far in the future. It's just going to happen with the advent of nuclear thermal. I'm following fusion right now. Are you, Zerafi? Fusion development has been fascinating. The fusion development stuff has been interesting and eye-opening. It's it's been interesting to witness all the development with fusion in the last 10 years. Yep. We've gone from first ignition to now we just need to figure out the flow rate. That's going to be key. If we can figure out the flow rate, we can ditch fossil fuels except for remote areas like Oklahoma, outside the big cities. And that'll reduce pollution by hundreds of times. Yeah. I say, okay, I'm going to predict this. We're going to have the first implementation of basic fusion in the next 25 to 15 years. 2041, we will have our first commercial viable nuclear fusion plants on Earth. Save for plastics and lubricants, exactly. We're going to need them for lubricants too. Yep. People forget that, Zerathi. Lubricants are also typically made from oil. Yeah. It's been very talkative today. Yeah. It's awesome. Today's been good. There we go. Ow. Oof. That's not correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we also have more space stations coming up, Zerathi. Don't forget, in addition to Blue Origin and SpaceX, we have multiple companies advancing into space. We have, name some: Rocket Lab, Electron, Vast, Firefly. They have actual physical working spacecraft that work. A few others, and there are several more coming online. What launched to pick up the whatever satellite that's decaying out of orbit? That thing is made by a company barely anyone knows about. They built their space tug, it's what it is, in less than 9 months. It's already en route to the Swift Satellite Observatory and it's going to push it to a higher orbit. So that's going to be in orbit manufacturing. I do not remember the company name. Yeah, I don't remember either. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yep. Don't remember. I don't remember the name either. Uh-uh. Good eye. Yep. But yeah, it's gonna be an exciting time. Also, I'm trying to get my weight under control. Check this out. It's a Fitbit. I've been wearing this most of yesterday and today. It's a it's in order to get myself in better shape. I wear it during exercise and stuff throughout the week. Yeah. I'm probably going to get on about 1. Yeah, it's an exciting time to be alive with Artemis, the Artemis program, and basically beginning its early strides. I wouldn't say full swing because we're not in full swing yet, but we will be getting there soon. As soon as Artemis 4 hits, reframe your brain bug. Okay. Goodness. Oh, my nose. Oh, yeah. Huh. Yeah, okay. I forget what the name of this satellite company is, but it's pushing Swift to a higher orbit around the Earth. So it's going to take a few months to get to the satellite, grab it, and then push it back to its original orbit. Oh. Sounds like my street's pretty active, Zerathi. I think we had a car show down the road about an hour or two ago, I think. Something like that. Classic cars and stuff, which is always fun. Oh. Where'd everybody go? Everybody ninja vanished on me all of a sudden. Damn it. Mm. Huh. Well, sorry, I'm walking around working on different PCs. Gotcha. Well, I'm off to get some breakfast. Have a great fourth and God bless. Yeah, you too, Tasty Doom. You have a wonderful day. If you're on later, talk to me then, okay? Until then, I'll see you later, dude. Peace. All right? You have a great rest of your holiday weekend. Stay safe out there, Tasty. Yep. I might have to get out of here in a bit to do some stuff around the house. And then I might try to stream on my main computer here in a bit. But we'll see. It all depends on how I feel. I will not be going too late tonight because there's a big fireworks show that starts at I believe 9:30 here in Yukon tomorrow. Yeah, I need to make more. I've made some, as you've seen, Zerathi, make funny shorts. Ah, yeah, I've thought about it. Or animal shorts. Eh, good ideas. Yeah, I might. Yeah. Whatever the algorithm grabs onto, right? Good ideas. Wonder what I could get for lunch without it being too hot. Mm. Oh. Mm. Yeah, you got a point, Zarevi. Every little bit of money will help my future. And right now, that's what's important, right? Mm. You got over 1,000 views? Wow. Awesome. That's neat. No, that's not just neat. That's awesome, bro. Yeah, I wonder. I got a couple of videos that are old that are pretty short. I wonder. Let's see. Scroll back. Prehistory. Yeah, definitely. Right? Right. Even do it myself and I might be able to take care of it. Right? All in the benefit of filling up my paycheck, man. As you know, I'm flat broke. One thing I want to play with on my main computer is Unreal. Hey, some people are and some people aren't. You know, some people think good, think happy thoughts. Other people are, yeah. Mm, yeah. Mm. All right. Ad didn't show up. It's fine. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Oh. Mm. Mm. Right. Peaked at about 8. All right. Yeah, I used to be not funny, Zerafi. I used to be a definitely not fun person, but I've gotten funnier over the years. Still not John Robin Williams funny, but I am slightly funny now. And most of them are pretty unfunny. Most of my yuck yucks are not great. Yeah. Hmm. Delnorian is good at editing videos. Maybe you guys can brainstorm together. Yeah, I've thought about reaching out to Dell a bit, when I get a chance. He does a lot of video editing, so he might be able to give me some pointers at the very least. Maybe some transition stuff and yeah, general ideas. Yeah, good idea. Interesting. Yeah. So, okay. Hey, Zafari, I'm going to have to get off here in a bit to, here in a few minutes to eat something and get some stuff done around the house. I appreciate the suggestions, though, and I'm going to start more videos. Definitely doing the shorts. I keep hearing YouTube shorts do a lot of revenue for some people. Look at the quartering. Even though I don't like some of his actions as of late, you know, can't deny he's making big money from shorts, right? Maybe I should try it too. See if I can make some money on the side myself, huh? Right? I mean, if the quartering can do it, I can do it. If I can put out 2 or 3 shorts a day, maybe reading anime news or something. Even if I make 2 or 3 shorts a day, I'm pretty sure I can get at least a few new subscribers, right? Sounds like a plan, my man. I wouldn't doubt it, man. Wouldn't doubt it at all. Yep, exactly. And I'm getting close. I'm at almost 200. I got 300 to go. I can smell it. I can smell it. You know? But I got to get off here today. You've given me some ideas to think of. Uh, 07 guys. And thank you, Zathari, for the suggestions, man. Yeah. I'll be seeing you, Zathari. Peace, man. All right.